What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. After Sound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys. Well, check it out. SPS is pumping. I mean, the rest of the market is pumping after the Ripple news yesterday, but SPS is up more than 50% from its all-time low, around 1.5 cents. And you can see here, I mean, we're closing in on 2.5 cents. I mean, yeah, I know there's a little pullback in the market today, but what has me excited is if all of the upcoming deliveries can help to push the price forward for SPS, I believe we will enter into what I'd like to call the Goldilocks zone. And so what I'm trying to get at there is, and again, let me just preface this is not financial advice. I'm not making any price predictions, although I will talk about general price trends because that's kind of what the point of this video is. And so as we see SPS potentially grow in value through additional utility within the game, within maybe tower defense, within the flywheel for land and any other game modes that come out in the future, this is something to keep in mind because there are still 3 million packs or almost 3 million packs that are not even open. They're out in circulation. And I'm talking about specifically Chaos Legion, and we haven't seen an increase in pack prices or the estimated value of said packs, meaning that the cards within them aren't really increasing in value either, even though SPS is up 60%. So this is what I'm referring to when I say the Goldilocks zone, and I've talked about it before, but I'll try to break it down here. Essentially, if we see SPS go up in value, to me, that is one of the biggest marketing, biggest pieces of marketing that can be done for the game. A huge green candle. And I would say, about a week now that since we've had the launch of SPS staking, on the weekly, we're up like almost 60%, right? 50 something percent. That is not insignificant. And if anything, like that is something worth considering. So I don't know how much attention the game is getting right now. Obviously, there's a lot of bullish momentum that's happening in crypto. So maybe SPS's performance is being a little outshined by everything else that's going on, right? The Bitcoin ETF news, the XRP news. But I would still say people are now engaged and feel a little bit more confident with crypto. And therefore, when they look across at projects, they're going to see SPS is up 50%, 50 plus percent. So as SPS starts to go up, there's going to be a period of time that I'm calling the Goldilocks zone. I don't know how long it's going to last. It could last a day, it could last a week, it could last a couple of months, but there will be a period of time in which if the rest of the market starts pumping, or even if just Splinterlands can get its own market going and draw new users in, SPS goes up, bringing people in, but cards stay the same because there's still an overabundance of cards and we don't know when land is going to come out. Hopefully sometime this quarter as the last, kind of update that we've heard. So this Goldilocks period could present some interesting opportunities. And the reason I think it's so important is not necessarily because of the opportunities for me and you, but the opportunity for the game and the ecosystem as a whole. Because if you were here in 2021, there was a lot of activity that came in, a lot of interest that came in that did not ultimately stick around because card prices were so phenomenally high. And because there were so many, there weren't so many players, there weren't so many cards in the Untamed set, that went quickly, right? And sure, there was a lot on the secondary market, but the player base has grown exponentially since that time. We'll call ourselves, as Rogue Patton likes to call, like we're the Chaos generation, right? I came in with Chaos Legion or right before Chaos Legion. So I don't know what that looks like for Rebellion or this promo set that we may get, but my point is that when we get a lot of new people coming in, the fact that card prices will be low will do wonders, in my opinion, for adoption of the ecosystem, because people will be able to come in, they'll be able to buy a little SPS, and maybe SPS is going to be like overpriced already. Who knows, right? Again, I'm not trying to make any predictions here, but I'm just saying if SPS starts to increase in value, people will want to come in and get on the rocket ship. But what's the value of being here if you're just going to speculate on token prices? You can go do that with any other project, right? The value of being here is also owning the cards, playing the game, and getting involved with everything else that the community loves to do. So with that being said, now all of a sudden, it's actually much cheaper. Therefore, it's much cheaper. There's higher incentives. The rewards are going up. And because there's so many cards available for cheap, we can probably draw in a lot more people. And the reason that this is significant for me is because once people get their foot in the door, I do believe that it'll be hard for them to leave. Again, I'm not. There were a lot of people that left between the last bull run and now. I'm not saying that's not going to happen or it's impossible. But when you get people coming in and just having some kind of stake in the game and having some kind of following or obsession as the rest of us may have it, that I think is important. This community is very contagious, right? We suck in a lot, and then obviously people leave, they get disappointed, but that and I'm not saying that the future won't have its bumps in the road, right? I do believe the team is in a better spot now, and we're going to get a lot of cool things between now and the end of the year, and of course in 2024. But ultimately, to me, this is like we're going to have an interesting opportunity here, not individually, but as a game, as an ecosystem. We're going to have this opportunity to bring in a lot of players, have them have stake in the game, and then just get them super hyped for whatever comes next. Because I will say that I believe many players didn't stick around because they didn't even have the opportunity to join. When they came in 2021, the second half of 2021, a lot of people came, checked it out, and they're like, it's too expensive for me to join. Like, this looks like a cool game. Maybe I'll check it out later. And maybe we got lucky that they came in like 6 months later when prices were cheaper, or 12 months later when prices were cheaper. But on the whole, I think a lot of people came, looked at it, and said, nah, I'm out, right? Even maybe I'll buy some SPS, but it's like the cards are too expensive and I don't want to wait for chaos and all that. Now that won't necessarily be the case. All of those missed opportunities will be people that we can get. And, once we hook them in, we got to keep them here, right? Keep them longer than 9 days, according to Weirdbeard. But that's kind of how I'm thinking through this. And the fact that we are now starting to see SPS pump in value. And this is before all of the other major catalysts that we were expecting, right? I don't know. I mean, I wanted SPS staking for a while, but I didn't think it would have the impact that it did. I definitely underestimated it. We were all looking at land, maybe tower defense, maybe new game modes as things that could bring people in, as things that could bring new interest, and of course, add value to the overall ecosystem through the flywheel. So as those happen, or as that does happen, we'll start to see. So I think that we could be now in the beginning stages of starting to see this Goldilocks zone. If SPS and maybe the rest of the crypto market will help, but if SPS can continue to rise in value with each subsequent release, and this is not going to be like an overnight thing, right? Like I know I said like it could be as short as a day, but my point is that it's going to be something that will be difficult to define until we do some like hindsight is 2020 on it. When we're in it, it's going to be difficult to tell, although I'll try to call it out here as much as I can. And that's what the point of this video is, to say that we may be entering in to at least the beginning stages of this Goldilocks period, because I would bet that there's a lot of people out there who are feeling much more bullish on crypto right now. And now is the time that Splinterlands should be making noise. Not in Web 2, not in traditional gaming, not in whatever, but in Web 3. And, a 50% on the 7-day, that's got to be significant. So let's hope we have some new people entering in the community. If you're a new player here or somebody new checking out the game, say hello. I do live streams every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. I haven't been as consistent this summer, but definitely trying to keep on that schedule. So that is all I have for you guys in this video. I will catch you all in the next one. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, have an amazing rest of your day. Take care.